until this evening. And then I fly to Sweden.
Sorry about this, guys. We'll just wait for Nathan because he's it's his podcast.
Just let me know when you're available, but I will be able to make myself available for a chat either this evening or potentially tomorrow morning on the way to the airport.
Have you finished? We're on.
Are we on?
We're on, yeah.
Oh, we're fucking on.
We're sat here waiting for you again.
I'm doing check-ins.
Yes, big dogs.
Yes, big dogs. Welcome back to episode 9.
Fuck, is it 9?
Yeah. Episode 9, which is absolutely flying. So I just want to thank everyone for your continued support. It's been awesome to see, like, just the interactions that we're getting from people, the feedback that we're getting. Like, it doesn't go unnoticed, and we do really appreciate it because we are putting a lot of time and effort and money into this.
Well, that's the thing. People are asking for one a week, but at the minute,
you're not subscribing.
Yeah, subscribe so we can get monetized because it costs. Me personally, it costs about 800 quid a month for me to do this. It does with fuel and and plus my only day off. Yeah. It's a far round trip, and it's when we're asking to subscribe or anything like that. It's not to line our own pockets. Anything money we make can then go back into the podcast, and we can do extra episodes because we've got like the amount of questions that we have all the time coming through now. Like we just can't get through them all. No. If we had more than one episode a fortnight, obviously we can. Yeah, but it's not. We're not asking for subscribers to fucking line our own pockets. Yeah, so we can improve the podcast.
It's probably never going to get to that point. But if it can help us put more back in, so we can do one a week, then
we'll do it.
Yeah. But like I say, it's not cheap to do. So
that's the first gripe.
Stop being tight bastards and fucking get subscribing. No, I think we're on 970. I just checked. We've had another 3 subscribers since I left the house to come in here. So we're on 970. So we need 30 subscribers to hit all his eligibility to get monetized. So
we can start charging every fucking money.
Yeah. I mean, with the views that we're getting, it's probably going to be about 10 quid an episode, but every little helps. So,
a monster.
Exactly. So, let's get cracking. We've got a few topics to cover today, which is good.
Because we're organised today, aren't we?
Yeah, we're a little bit more organised today. Doctor didn't fall asleep.
We've had a word.
I weren't late. So
cameraman weren't late.
Cameraman weren't late. He was set up. Everything's ready to
be
rock.
on time this episode.
Yeah, we do apologise.
Yeah,
it does.
Look, we're still getting used to this, so we all will get better. Like, I'm the man who uploads to Spotify, and I've been shit.
What's your podcast, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is my podcast. Mine and Jimmy's podcast. You can't tell his fucking so about that one, can you?
Can't shut up about it.
So yeah, we'll make sure that we're all busy. Like this isn't our job, is it? We're all coaches.
We're just fucking miserable men trying to get a little bit of
and we're
frustration out there. Yeah, get it off the chest.
Yeah, and we're fucking not the most media savvy.
But anyway.
So, I think the first one, the first topic, which is a little bit more bodybuilding related or photo shoot related or whatever it may be, is quite fitting, seeing as it's show season, and we've all been through peak weeks, whether it's for photo shoots or for competition prep. So, are peak weeks overrated, or are they essential? And like myths or your own peak week strategies, what do you feel like works best?
I think that with this is why it's good to be with a coach for more than one season.
Yes, so you can see how your body responds.
Yeah, because I know now I hardly need any carbs. Just get shredded. I don't need loads.
Just turn up.
You just have a little done.
Yeah, you don't go flat there.
No, even if it were to go on stage, it'd be the same process.
Yeah.
I can spill rate easy. Like
you put 500, 600 gram of carbs.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. So for me,
it's get you peeled, pull your output, get you fresh, and then it's just minimal.
Which I think that's peak week anyway. I think it's not a week. I think that's the issue. People think peak week, make all the changes. You should be ready before then.
Yeah.
And like you're doing with your athletes, Neff, and I do with mine, is you're ready 2 weeks out, and then you that's when you look your best. Everyone's like, I look fucking amazing in the gym, and I've looked great all prep. And when I stand on stage, I look wank.
Yeah. So what are you changing?
Yeah, like just turn up like you do in the gym. When I won my pro card, I literally lived that day like it was a training day.
Yeah.
I got up, I did my cardio, I ate my meals, I turned up, and I won.
That's what.
That's all I had to do.
Lee Priest. Did you see it?
Yeah, Lee Priest said exactly.
Is that what he said he did? I think he got that from me.
Yeah. That's what I'm just going to say. But he took it off her. He said Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was you, like.
Yeah.
But no, he said same. He says why pull? He says I never pulled nothing.
Yeah.
I never pulled my cardio. I never.
I mean, don't get me wrong. For me, I get a little bit more technical with like just certain things what are going to give you like a little bit of an edge, and I think everybody's slightly different.
And what's that?
So
you've had. Let's take Kyle for example.
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing it, you've had Kyle on stage in Spain this weekend who just narrowly missed out on his pro card. Could have gone either way.
Yep.
Very likely he'll win it at some point. I know you can't say, but he's going to be very difficult to beat. It'll take a great physique to beat him. What did you do for the last 3 days without going into like fucking super specific detail? Like what sort of things did you do moving him into that show?
So Kyle's been ready for fucking 3-4 weeks really. So cardio for Kyle were pulled at like 5 weeks out.
And he's just doing steps as output.
So it's just steps as output.
And how many is that? Let's see.
So he was at his peak at like 14,000 steps and 30 minutes cardio daily. Then cardio was pulled at about 5 weeks out. Steps was kept at about 14K. And then once we got to about 2 weeks out, that was reduced again to 12K. And we just kept that consistent. And I fed him a little bit when I needed to feed him. Then I pulled him back down a little bit. Fed him a little bit when I needed to feed him. Pulled him back down a little bit. And then when we found the look at about sort of 10 days out, it was just literally holding that and just edging fullness forward as fatigue dropped. So it was like a linear load or like a fluctuating or undulating load. So he'd check in a morning, and if I felt like he needed a little bit of food, I'd put 50
bump him up a little bit.
Bump him up 50 grams. If body weight held or body weight dropped off or whatever the response were, I just adjusted that on a daily basis. So with Kyle as well, this is always challenging because he's in now peak week number 3.
Yeah, back-to-back
peak weeks are always difficult unless you are doing what we're doing, which is keeping things quite linear and quite predictable. You need to keep things as predictable.
He's not putting 800 carb in and a diazide and then having to wash it off before next week.
I'm not doing a fucking heavy load and then drying off and then him having a rebound and then me having to get it back off again. And then like he woke up. So for the regional show day morning, we actually put 750 carbs in because his body was just churning. On show day, he had something off plan. He actually woke up 0.3 up. So he went, show day morning 86.5. On the Sunday was 86.8. So he didn't really.
What did he eat off plan?
He had a pizza.
And that's because it sits well with him.
Yeah. So and he did the same this week. He looked fucking fantastic in the morning. We've actually had a conversation about this morning because he sent me some pictures through, and it's always a bit of an head fuck because there's multiple physiological changes that happen after a show. Cortisol drops, stress drops, anxiety drops because you've got the show out of the way. Yeah. So a lot of people think, oh, I've had a pizza, or I've had a burger, or I've had some shit,
and I look stressed,
and I look better day after. Trust me, like everybody has done that where they've had shit the day before, the day of the show. They wake up in the morning, they're fucking vascular, and does that translate to stage? And if you wake up in the morning like that, and you're competing at 2:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, how are you holding?
It's hard to hold that.
How are you going to hold that look all the way through the day? You've got no predictable amounts of sodium, no predictable amounts of fluid, carbs, fats, because you've just had a pizza and some cookies and some ice cream. And you wake up and you're like, fucking hell, I need to look like this on stage. But
you could be bloated by dinner time, couldn't you? There's
multiple things. The main thing is you've dropped stress and you've dropped cortisol and your body's like gone,
But that's a massive driver of peak week anyway.
Of course it is. It's like, keeping stress low.
If somebody can keep stress low, like I've had guys who've been absolutely perfect until show day. Greg last year, he was just, his belly was so fucking bloated.
Yeah.
I was like, what have you done? He's like, nothing. I'm just so nervous.
Yeah.
And he was perfect every day. Didn't change anything. easy work, turned up just like,
and I think
completely different physique just because of stress.
I think that's why I've had some good results this year is because I've kept everybody's
do you think
relaxed and stress as low as possible
without having that magic pill that's going to change in the next 3 days. Everybody knows what they're going to look like.
Is obviously it is person dependent. Do you think it's like weight dependent? Do you know like bigger guys with bigger muscles, mature muscles? They're already there.
The bigger you are,
well, the harder it is.
I think the harder it is managing it.
The margin for error is bigger.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because you see a lot. From what I see, see a lot more bigger guys fuck it up.
Yeah, you do.
Right, by either trying to push food too much
or closer to stage.
Yeah. When really, theoretically, they've got it there. They just need to. Well, you look sick in gym.
Yeah,
hold it.
Just hold that.
Jamie Harrison, immaculate example there.
Yeah.
And then loads heavy towards the. I'll be honest with you. So for a bigger guy, and I've done this myself as well, which has worked well. We did this like for my pro card win with Cal. I like a front load for somebody who's heavily muscled because then you've got time. As long as you've got them where you need to be condition wise.
That's the key straight away.
Yeah,
condition.
You need, and they will get sharper and harder and drier as the stress drops and the fatigue drops anyway, and cosmetic adjustments, which everybody's are slightly different. But I like loading early, and then you've got time to let it to taper off. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if the show's on Sunday, they're your heaviest loads. Yes, you're going to be full as a house Thursday, but you might be a little bit spilled. But then you've got a couple of days to bring it back down to baseline diet and just tweak little things, water, potentially some mild diuretic uses. Yeah, I don't really like using it. I don't really. There's certain times and certain physiques that you can use aldactone and diazide, but you've got to be confident with the use. You've got to have got a lot of like data and experience with that client's physique as well. If it's your first peak with him and your first year,
it's guessing, innit?
Yeah, you don't know how predictable it's going to be.
What is it like? You get 5% better, but you could be 20% worse.
Something that's worth. If you've nailed your shows and you're just going into another show, you can be like, do you know what? Why don't we do the show next week? We'll try some aldactone. We'll start putting that in throughout the week. We'll just give you a little bit more food or whatever. We'll just see how that works, and we'll just see the response. You're not going to lose anything.
Yeah.
But the catalyst here is you need to be in shape. If you're not lean enough near your show, no amount of anything will do anything because you've got body fat and you can't fucking make body fat disappear.
Exactly. So the peak week myth is you can't sort of peak week fat off.
No, that's it, yeah. And you hear this all the time,
absolutely
don't you?
peeled.
Yeah, so you've got to be peeled. And if you're peeled, things are predictable. Keep fluid in.
Keep sodium in.
Yeah. Don't change it. If you're fucking shredded at 8 days out, you look hard, you look dry, you look full in the gym, then what the fuck do you need to change? Keep your food the same, probably just edge it forward slightly daily as needed. As fatigue drops off, you're probably going to drop off a little bit of body weight, a bit of inflammation. Keep your water the same, keep your sodium the same. Yeah. As you get to stage, you might have a little bit of a tweak. You might pull sodium back 0.5 gram a meal. You might pull water back 1 litre from 6 to 5.
Yeah, just get your water in a little bit earlier. And that's the thing, it's like small adjustments. And that, again, person dependent. Some guys I can feed super hard on next to no water and they just get dry and full.
Yeah.
Do that with someone else, look terrible.
Yeah.
So it's one of them things you just need to know your clients. I'd be working with them for a long enough time. Make sure they're ready early enough so you can try a couple of things. And that's it, innit?
Yeah.
So peak week is a little bit of it's not a myth because it can work, but at the same time,
I think people don't realise
it's keeping things as predictable as you possibly can.
Exactly that.
And you don't need as much as
what you probably think you need.
Think you do. Yeah. Same as when you've finished and you come into an off season. Yeah, people put food and they think that they're going to get loads of food or you need loads of food. And you're
nothing.
Like, you're not.
Yeah, 500 calories minimal. And you're fucking.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to spill. And I think it's same sort of.
Yeah.
I think it's same sort of thing. Like,
of course it is, yeah.
You don't need as much. Obviously, like I said, best thing we do is a lot of your clients competitive. and you keep them. Same with you. You've had them for a long period of time.
Yeah, years, yeah.
But you're same. You didn't just go, I'm going to have a season with him. You are with Nath now, like you were with Carl.
Yeah.
You've had
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
You learning each other.
Yeah.
I think it's biggest factor in it all.
Staying with coach. And for me, that's something that I had to learn really. I was, because I've had a few coaches the last few years.
Yeah.
And it's not, so sometimes it went intentional. Jordan stopped coaching. A couple of coaches didn't get back to me for my check-ins and shit. So my hand was forced. But with Nathan now, it's like, he knows my body better than me. So I just say to him, you just do what? I always say to him in check-in, I think this, but don't listen to me. Yeah. because I would just do too much. And as it is now, he's like, he dropped my rice down 5 grams. I think fucking 5 grams, fucking hell. But as it is, I'm my new lowest weight, starting to get more lines in my glutes this morning.
Yeah, it literally like 5 grams of rice and 50 grams of berries or something like that.
Yeah, he knows me better than I know.
You've never looked like this.
No, but I can guarantee you now I'd have been fucking on 50 grams of rice rather than 75 by now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the importance of just having a coach that knows my body.
Yeah, he's invested in
more,
you.
more so my mind,
You know what I mean? And I think peak week.
And every peak week is different, especially so like
you're getting bigger and better. Or
like I had 3 or 4 guys on stage last week. I got 5 on stage this week, and everyone's peak week is slightly different. Slightly different.
Same concept but different intricacies.
Same concept, but like different intricacies, as you said. Like Blade's doing a front load. Obviously, I've got 2 guys coming off at back of another peak, so it's managing that. Because you're always going to have a little bit of super compensation, a little bit of a response post that show. So it's just being on it with them and just managing things daily and keeping them stress-free. With Kyle, like Liam won his show at the weekend. He went out of Fernando's. He's rock hard still, but he's still holding fullness. And I've pulled his food back down to like what his baseline were below. But he's still holding nice fullness because I fed him nice into the show. Yeah, so he doesn't need to be as aggressive this week. Like I can literally just hold him and just edge food forward maybe Thursday, Friday.
But you know, like what I'm saying is like his peak or loads or whatever will be completely different from last time he competed.
Oh yeah,
because
100%.
the amount of
new muscle is
new muscle. So you can't just go off. You can like,
and he's leaner as well.
Yeah. It looks really good.
Also, you getting better as a coach and the industry advancing itself.
Yeah.
Like this weren't done how we peak people now 3 years ago. It just wasn't.
No,
it was starting to creep in, like Callum and a few of the other American coaches, maybe John Jewett and people like that, were starting to look at dropping fatigue and stuff. But no, it was none of this before. So it's new and it's getting better. And bodybuilding as a whole is getting much better.
I can remember my first peak with Chris. I didn't pull cardio until
the 3 days out, probably.
Wednesday. So I think I still did cardio till Wednesday or Thursday. My show was like Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, same.
And it was a depletion and then a carb up.
Yeah.
A depletion, carb up, dry off, which is like the
old school.
Old school thing. It can work.
It does work. It can work.
It can work.
It still works now, doesn't it?
It still works. It still works. But sometimes you don't. You already do you need a depletion? When you've been fucking dieting for 16 weeks, you should be depleted.
You should be depleted.
So do you need them 3 days of depleting to be insulin sensitive and responsive? No, you fucking trust me. You're insulin sensitive. What you need to do is drop food, drop fatigue, and get fresh. And
fatigue management.
A fresh body is going to be a responsive body. And when I say responsive, you don't need because the 1,000 gram of carbs. Everybody just puts in 1,000 gram of carbs.
150-pound athletes putting in 1,000 grams of carbs. You don't fucking need it.
But like it's almost like a badge of honour, innit? This is what does me with industry. Yeah. I've had 700 gram of carbs. Couldn't give a toss.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
You don't get the judges don't give a fuck how many carbs you've had.
Hold on, pal. Centre stage, he's got Tash on and he's had 700 gram of carbs. You fucking classic, pal. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
how much does he weigh?
Yeah, It don't make a difference, but it's almost as though like
it's a badge of honour that this is how much you eat. This is how much you need.
I'm having 6,000. But you look like a fucking melted candle, you know? Like,
yeah.
And it's same with as long as you look fucking great on stage, it doesn't matter. So what do you think, like, obviously what we're talking about, what do you think at peak weeks, like, 3 main factors in it then? Just get shredded, number one.
Be ready.
Get ready. Get shredded, number one. Keep things predictable. Sodium, fluid, steps.
Food sources.
Food sources. Like, keep everything as predictable as you possibly can. And just make sure you're as fresh as you possibly. When people are like, oh, I still, like, I've had a few clients this week saying, I still feel fucked. I'm like, yeah, you're going to. You're fucking peeled.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to feel fresh.
No amount of rest when your body fat's that low is going to.
Just because you're doing
weeks and weeks, doesn't it?
Just because now you're doing 8,000 steps and you've had fucking 750 grams of carbs today, you're probably going to feel even more fucked.
You feel more tired.
Freshen your physique up.
Yeah, freshen your physique up. You're still going to feel fucked.
Yeah.
If you don't feel still a little bit fucked on show day, you're probably not lean enough. Yeah.
You're not higher.
No,
you're not.
No, you're not.
Your arse has got to hurt for when you sit down, innit?
Yeah.
Your legs feel like lead.
Yeah. So you're still going to feel fucked on show day, more than likely.
Even practicing posing, you're like, oh, fucking, I got to do some posing rounds, that sort of thing.
I've just posed Harry. I mean, I've grilled him this last 10 days. Yeah.
He needs it though, doesn't he?
Mate, but mate, do you know this last 5 to 7 days, I've just I'll show you quick. I like Kyle come and had a look with me. He went, "What the fuck?"
Well, show's after because podcast out. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. But yeah, anyway, Kyle like, "What the fuck have you done to him this last 5-7 days?" I says, "It's been a bit rough, but it's needed." And
and again, that is another thing. Like, without segueing too far, is if you're going to be doing a prep, you're supposed to feel like shit.
Yeah,
your body fat's supposed to be so low that your body thinks it's dying and it's panicking and it's doing everything it can to get you to eat more food and to slow down. And that's your mentality has to battle 10,000 years of fucking evolution to tell you not to do it. So you're gonna feel terrible, and people are like, oh, I feel so terrible. Oh, my food's this low, or my cardio's that high. If you've decided to do a bodybuilding show and you set out to be lean enough to do a bodybuilding show, it is what it is. If you're a female and your calories are fucking sub 1,000 for last week and your cardio's had to go high,
so be it.
So fucking be it. To get in shape. So some girls might not have to go that low. Some girls might not have to do cardio, but some do. And it's like, oh, your coach shouldn't have you on this. Bollocks. If you need to go to that place to get that body fat off, that's where you need to go. If that's the decision you've made.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah, we've fucking all done it.
We've all done fucking 0 carbs for fucking and 2 hours cardio.
2 hours of cardio.
I like it.
I got lost on the walk. I'd gone delirious.
Yeah. I used to go out walking. I used to get like halfway. I used to be like maybe an hour away from home, and I used to be like, I'm so hyper, I think I'm going to fucking pass out. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, I fucked it. I've gone too far.
You did that a few times, didn't you?
Yeah, but do you know, like, I like it. It's like when people go, like, when back your knee starts sweating on cardio, you think it's coming.
I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, and then I get off and your t-shirt's stuck to you and that. Yeah. I think I'm there.
Yeah.
Doing like things that other people can't do is...
Yeah, it's an indicator. I don't care what anybody says. You'll know when that's happening.
Yeah.
That you're in good condition.
I mean, we have segued off it, but that's good because if you've got that mindset like you have, and we have, it feels good when you like get to that point.
Of course it does. It's like a bit sadistic,
That's my favourite bit, yeah.
You're like
no fuckers doing this.
Yeah.
I'm fucking 5 miles away from home. I've had no carbs all day. I'm fucking peeled.
I'm going to try and run.
Yeah. I look shit because I've wasted all my muscle weight, but fuck it.
I used to go to Tesco. I used to think, I've got about half an hour, 45 minutes to my next meal. I've got another 1,000 steps to do. I'm going to go to Tesco and then I'll eat when I get back. I just need a few bits. So I'd go to Tesco, and I'd go up and down every aisle, and then it hit me. And I'd go fucking hypo walking around Tesco. I'd get to till and I'd be fucking wrecked through. I bet woman behind checkout used to think, why is he doing this again? Like, is he come to fucking
your eyes go though, don't they? You're like,
you can't see, can you?
No, but you know, and that's everybody. Anybody who's watching this, I'll know if they've went there. If
they've been there and you've been legit peeled, you'll be like, you'll be laughing. Yeah,
you get told it. Like, obviously, I can remember talking to you in here, and you were like, just clean house.
Yeah, don't stop moving.
Don't stop moving. Do not stop moving. Don't, because you'll not move again. Yeah. Go and cut grass, clean cars.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Fucking my house is immaculate.
Do you know when I'm just thinking?
Your body wants to sit down, doesn't it?
So just keep moving. Sit down at night when it's bedtime, do you know?
Yeah.
And the little bits, but they help you because you think, right, and then you'll come past that like you've just been on about 2 minutes. You're constantly learning, aren't you?
Yeah, of course you are.
And then you can, because if you can tell your clients beforehand, I think it makes it a lot easier.
Do you know what? That's just something that, just something off the back of that was just popped into my head. Do you think, and this is something that we've not got down, but do you think you need to have walked the walk as a coach to tell somebody, no, you need to do this to get into the shape?
We are.
Do you think that if you've not got fucking absolutely peeled out your brain and you've not done that suffering yourself,
you don't know what to tell them.
Or are they going to respect what you're saying? Like, what's he? He's fucking never been in shape. He's never been in shape.
No, because you need to have known, because being somebody saying, and you can go, you'll be all right. Just
this is how you're supposed to feel.
This is what at this time you're supposed to feel like this.
Yeah.
And I just think I won't listen to anybody, and I wouldn't. And I know I wouldn't. Like when you were telling me, I can remember doing the first one, and I rung him after the photo shoot, and I went, Nath, he went, do you feel emotional? And I went, yeah. He went, yeah, you will do. That's what happened to me when I first went on stage. And I didn't even, that's all, I only said Nath. And he knew straight away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He went, dear. And I went, yeah. He went, it's like it's ended. Like there's,
you've done it. The battle's been won.
Yeah. And you're like kind of lost.
Yeah, but then again, but then you don't feel daft because you're thinking, fucking, I want my
because he's already done it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, sound.
And I can remember I think we were about 10 weeks out, and you were like, I feel fucking sound. I said, get 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It got to 8 weeks. You went, I feel like fucking
Sat there like.
Everybody feels like it's only happening to them.
Yeah, it's
everybody. I feel the worst. I'm struggling most. I've got most. It's not. Everybody feels the same. And when you're a coach and you can say that to your client, you'll be like, in this next week, you're going to start feeling like this. Your legs, when you sit on the sofa, you're not going to want to get up. But you'd keep your coffee cup or your plate there. Normally, you get up and put it in the sink. Still get up and put it in the sink, or do this, do that. I always use the analogy of, would you go to a driving instructor that can't drive a car?
No, you wouldn't.
I can't drive, lads, but what I've done is I've read manual. So you put your foot on clutch and but he doesn't know what a clutch bite feels like. He never felt that before. He doesn't know, how to slow down for a speed bump or to ease off the brake. He's never felt them things.
Yeah, so
he could tell you it because he's read it and he can fucking articulate it great on Instagram. But there's a difference there by somebody who's maybe not as intelligent reading the highway code or the fucking mechanics of a car, but they can drive a fucking car properly. And that's like the coaches who are really intelligent in the industry and not done it, and people who can do it without fucking,
Which actually, this does jump a couple of points, but one of the sort of topics was coaches versus influencers, and who should you actually trust and get your guidance from? Because there's a lot of people online who fucking talk a good game.
Oh, and they ain't got.
And they can articulate that. They can promote themselves well, and they can market themselves well, and they can articulate themselves well. But
textbook regurgitate.
They've not done it.
That is a gripe of mine, is that just influencers who are just talking fucking bollocks.
They are. You watch them day in, day out, and I'm like...
But they've got 50,000 followers, so they should...
But you've not changed in 2 years.
Yeah.
You look same now, you're talking a fucking great game. I know for a fact, I'm not going to obviously name names, but I know people who are putting content out there fucking preaching, and they can't even stick to the diet.
Yeah.
They haven't changed. They're an emotional mess.
Yeah, they're rubbish. And you know that they are, because they'll go, right, in-person check-in. And it's like, hold on, you've just got some cunt off the street and made him take his shirt off, because he looks like he's never fucking trained.
You've just been at gym at the same time as you cry and you haven't.
He's a tenor, right? But he's got his shirt off. This kid's got his shirt off. This was last week. He got his shirt off and he's like, yeah. Been with me 18 months. This is his first bit of his tidy up phase. He's been doing a tidy up phase for 3 weeks, and we're just going to put a bit more food in, freshen him up. And I'm like,
you've been in a diet for 3 weeks, you fucking idiot.
And he's fat.
Yeah.
Like, who needs? But obviously, it's because you don't know.
He's just regurgitating
some of what he's seen him for, right? I need to talk this bollocks, but you're talking at the wrong stage. It's do it in 10 weeks. When he's lean and he's got some abs.
Yeah.
Social media is so dangerous. And I think there's maybe 3 camps. There's the camp where you've got the science-based guy who's maybe not ever built a physique, but they're very knowledgeable. You've got the other end of the spectrum where you've got the influencers who are very genetically gifted and they've not really ever had to try or implement anything massively. And
but they don't know fuck all.
Yeah, you've got the people in the middle, which I'd say are us. Where
Yeah.
We've got all right genetics, but in order to get where we've had to do fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's been our life. So you know how hard it's been to put the muscle on. You know how hard it's been to get in shape. But you're also not fucking stupid, so you can start to read a little bit of data and correlate the two.
Which is the majority of people.
Yes.
Are going to have to do what we've done.
Yeah. But
so the people you put your trust in are the people who's got the experience.
But
they've been and done it.
We're bright enough, like to go, like when I went with Joris, I'm bright enough to ask 2 or 3 people, and his name kept popping up.
Yeah.
Then I asked his clients, and they were like, "It's fucking brilliant." Same as when you ask about you, Like, I think if people are watching this and they're like, which one to get or who to ask their clients.
I always say that when somebody inquires with me and they say, "Oh, I've inquired with a few people," like, I'm not the best salesman, like, so I'm not gonna try and sell myself to you. I don't have to. Like, if you want to know more, go and ask people who I've worked with over the last 5 years. One, why they're still with me, and what experience they are getting with working with me, and they'll tell you. And everybody's
same with you, same with me. Like, you don't have people such and such a centre.
You would, yeah. So I don't advertise coaching. No, I'm not doing reels about coaching. It's all word of mouth from clients.
Because at the moment, obviously, like last when Christian were on about them with 40-year-olds. You know, if you're a dad over 40.
Yeah.
But now,
blueprint, superhero blueprint.
Other day I seen 2 or 3 times. Like, you've got them going on and they're like, "Let me show you how I juggle being a full-time athlete." Well, you're not an athlete, you fucking plan. You go on stage. Yeah. Like, they're not even pros.
It's a hobby.
You're an hobby. Yeah. A successful business owner. You've got a computer. You've got I'm not saying it's not a business.
You've not got staff underneath you.
You've got no staff. It's a fucking computer. Yeah. You're sitting down. You're an online coach. Right.
There's nothing to manage.
Dad and a great boyfriend or husband.
You like
everybody else. Like,
who goes to work.
You go home. You be a good husband. You go home. You look after your kid. Your last goes to the gym. Yeah. Right. And you've been to work. In fact, your day's probably easier than theirs because you're at home sat on your fucking computer and you'll be able to pick kid up when it's crying. So your lass can have a nap or whatever. But you're saying, "Let me show you how to get your day in order. Like, let me show you how it works."
Yeah.
No, this is what I've done with loads of people. It's a fucking byproduct. If somebody starts in prep, you're never ever as focused as when you're in prep.
No.
Everything, you're up early.
You're proactive.
It's fucking so easy, isn't it?
Everything.
You're lazy, aren't you?
These coaches are putting this out as though they've come up with some special mindset. Let me show you our mindset. I had a client come about 3 weeks ago, and he come from another coach, and he says, "Fucking sick of it." I says, "Why?" He went, "Like, trying to tell me like how to take this from training and eating nutrition to focus it onto my work to make my work more productive." He says, "I've got 40 people work for me." He's like a businessman. Yeah. He drives a fucking Porsche, fucking GT3 RS.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
He's not doing bad.
Doesn't need some fucking
online coach with a computer.
Yeah.
This is how I run my successful business.
Because he made 10 grand a month once.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, all these coaches, what you see like that, if you're watching and you're not a bodybuilder or whatever, because we've got a lot of people that aren't now.
No,
lot of viewers.
Probably the majority of people aren't.
Aren't. Yeah. All these coaches are fucking scam artists. Right? These what I'm talking about. They're fucking charlatans. No, they can't sell you a coaching thing. They're trying to sell you something new, trying to make you think that it can fucking change your life.
Change my life, yeah.
It's very basic, isn't it? You see a coach, and all these coaches fucking talking the bollocks. The transformations are wank.
They are wank.
Like, where is the proof of you? If you're putting a product out, it needs proof. So first and foremost, look at the transformations. They look fucking fantastic. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to inquire, see the prices, whatever, and then I'm going to ask a few clients because they might say, "Do you know what? Yeah, I looked great, but my life was a fucking misery because I ate chicken and asparagus."
Yeah.
Or they'll say, "He was fucking fantastic. Every question I had, he was there. He made me fucking
Feel
confident and comfortable throughout the full process. Couldn't recommend it enough. That's your fucking entry to a great coach, not somebody the other side who's not got no transformations, or the transformations that you're looking at might look fantastic, but what is underneath that sometimes it's not always sustainable for everybody.
You've just hit nail on the head. Majority of them hadn't even got good transformations.
No,
Calling the same athletes and the clients athletes. Like my clients are my clients, but their lifestyle. I'm not an athlete. Like you two are athletes, and listen, you're pros, right? Pro athletes, but you're not very athletic. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking I am.
Hello.
He's now a fucking skier on the morning.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like an athlete. When you see an athlete,
a body, like, to me, a bodybuilder isn't an athlete.
Do you know what I mean? But if we've got to put it into terms in bodybuilding,
an amateur bodybuilder,
then you're an athlete because you're pro level.
You're a pro athlete.
But when you've been on a 15-week diet, right, to go on stage, you're not an athlete. No. You're some cunt who's had fucking chicken and rice for fucking 15 weeks.
Yeah, you've sorted your shit out.
That's it. You've sorted your shit out, because
that's it for 15 weeks. Because they've only sorted the shit out for 15 weeks. Because as we know, that's easy bit. And I can say this firsthand, diet's easy. I could diet
all year.
And you've got a goal and you're locked in and you've got a timeline.
It's sustaining that. Yeah. Sustaining that lifestyle, what's hard.
The hard bit for me is when you say grow.
Well, that we can go back on there, because the next question was
about the dark side of off-season.
Dark side of off-season.
Which is dealing with sort of
body image.
Yeah, your body changing.
It's hard to get food in.
Mentally, it's mentally
hard
difficult
to get food in. And these coaches who are all fucking art saying all this, when it comes to off season, they fucking disappear. They're all right. They're all right when they're prepping.
When you're shredded and they're posting and they're your best mate. Yeah.
Because off seasons, like, you're transparent. Transparent, but you live and breathe. Both are as important.
Yeah, of course they are.
Right.
You can't build. You can't get that. That sort of peeled, shredded physique without doing the other.
That's why.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to get fat, but you have to get your body back to a homeostasis and be in a surplus and lose those lines in certain places and not be as peeled, and that's difficult for a lot of people to.
Like, that's why fella has made so much progress.
Yeah,
who's come to your new coach.
Yeah,
that's why. He looks completely, because he does his off just like you.
Yeah, he
lives and breathes it, and you can see that in people's physiques
and how easy the preps are as well.
Yeah. But it's fucking hardest thing in the world. I don't care what anybody says. The dieting is easy. The dieting's easy. 15 weeks, 100 days or whatever. It's a piece of piss. Yeah. Piece of piss. 100 days, flat out, done.
You literally cut them off, don't you?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. That's it. Done. It's easy.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The off season.
Well, there's nobody's watching you there, so you've announced your photo shoot and you're changing.
You've got a bit of gratification.
You've got some eyes on you. People are patting you on the back. In off season, no one gives a fuck about you. No one cares. No one's cheering you on. So a person is defined by what they do when nobody's watching, in my opinion.
Yes, 100%.
Are you getting up when you're supposed to be getting up? Are you doing your cardio when you're supposed to be doing your cardio? Are you eating what you're supposed to be eating? Them daily habits will define everything to do with off season as a bodybuilder. So it's off season as well as two sides. So you're saying it's the eating, like, for you, eating enough is the issue. Some guys who put body fat on really easily, it's the lack of eating. Like me, I've been hungry since last January, and I mean, I'm fucking constantly starving because I've always eaten 6,500, 7,000, 8,000 calories from off season. My highest calories this time was 5,000.
Yeah,
that's fucking nothing. I'm fucking ravenous. And for me, that even my off-plan meals, I'm not having them, because, or if I am, I'm having chicken and rice from Turkish, and I'm leaving starving. But that for me is the hard bit, because being hungry all the time. But if I start to eat more, yes, I'll get bigger and I'll grow. But my body fat accumulation, now I'm a little bit older, is going to be too high, and I'm already 25 pound down in this diet now, with probably 10, 15 to come off.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to be 40 pounds down, and that's from me restricting my calories. if I'd put another 10, 15 pound on, which I could have easily done,
pulling 60,
I'm pulling 60 pound off.
Yeah,
again.
pulling 60 plus pound off in the preps. Obviously, everybody's different, but it's
hard.
It's not.
It's graft.
Well, it just takes the amount of the time you're in a deficit. You're losing muscle.
Yeah,
aren't you? Simply. So off season is challenging for me personally, and some of my guys who are like quick accumulators of body fat, where we're keeping food a little bit lower. That's the hardest bit for
I think
for
if
me.
you're not competitive, I think you've got to be honest with yourself. I think if you're not competitive, I think getting a little and hold it and grow steady. Don't try forcing it, because I think that's what makes a lot of people fall out of love with it, because they don't like what they see and they think, fuck that.
And then they never get back in shape.
Never get back in shape. And I think what they've got to do is, and I think this is where a good coach comes into it, because obviously it's all integrated this. I think this is where a good coach comes into it, because there's all these coaches to get people in condition. That's the easy bit. The bit that's the most important is what comes after. Not an off season, the reverse, because nobody does it with them. And then you see them 3 weeks later, they look like they've never done no.
And they're a mess.
Because these coaches don't know what they're doing. And I think if you can reverse somebody out properly, and then, let's say, not a competitive bodybuilder, but somebody who just wants to stay in shape.
They've done a photo shoot.
And they want to stay in shape forever. You can reverse them out, get them to a good spot where they've got some food, got a bit of body fat on. Then you can pull them a bit back again, the food. And say, look, there's 2,000 calories there when I sat there. That's your off-plan meal. Have that.
Because some people do need that.
Do you know? Have that.
I think
You've got something to look forward to. It don't have to be a Saturday. I'm just saying for argument's sake. But you've got something to look forward to. Just get back on it day after. Do everything you say. You might look a bit watery on Sunday, but back to normal for a week. At the end of the week, you'll be back again. You've got a bit of life. But they don't show them that, and then you see it all the time. See me, Jimmy, think, fucking hell. Looks fucking like he's at some fucker. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see them. They've done the photo shoot. They come back and they got that big swollen head. And it's
so about that. What's your biggest? So this is just something off the cuff. But what's your biggest post show weight gain? Because we've all been there and done it. What's your biggest from being pilled? If you've done a binge, what's your biggest post show weight gain over like what in how many days?
Now, after NABBA Britain, so I did my first. Someone had asked the question, "What was your first show?" So I did NABBA first time, it's North East, and I did NABBA Britain 2 weeks later, and then the week after, I went on all inclusive holiday for a week. But I was still eating 6 meals a day, as big as I can, and I couldn't even. The edema, I think it was like 30 odd pound
in 2 weeks, or
no, in a week. It was very dangerous, but like I'd planned it. It weren't like I just lost control. I'm like, I'm going to go and I'm going to eat what I want for 6 meals a day. So I still have my eating schedule. But I couldn't even, I remember, like, I tried to go to the gym out there. I couldn't even do a lateral raise. I couldn't sit down. If I was sat in the car, my back pumps were just ridiculous. And it was like, I think that would have been probably the biggest.
30 pounds.
Like 30 odd pounds, yeah.
I did it when I cheated on my diet and I put loads on when you were on holiday.
Yeah, we're about 18 pounds in a day.
At barbecue.
Day after, mate. Like, fucking hell. Stood on the Stairmaster for 2 hours. But I think this is what, it's good, this question, because you don't really, you look all right.
Yeah, you do. You're fuller, aren't you? Like, oh, fucking hell.
But everybody...
It's the couple of days after. That information
this is what
and stuff
everybody
like that.
doesn't see, because you go... And you don't, because obviously there'd be no fat people. Do you know what I mean? Fat people don't look in the mirror and go, I look fucking fat and horrible, do they? Do you know what I mean? They look alright, and then boom, before they know it, they look like a fucking tranny van. And they think, fuck, do you know what I mean?
Where's that come from? I've been on my diet,
I'm like a baby rhino. But you go, like, I think, not this one, last one, about 7 kilo after about a week, which is too much, way too much.
Yeah.
But I looked alright for fucking hell, I look alright, but then you don't stop. And then 8 weeks later, you're fucking wank again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 15 weeks to get it off.
Yeah, and that's the point of the reverse, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's the hardest thing, because fucking hunger hormones, hunger signals are fucking sky high still. Until they start balancing out, it's a fucking battle. And I say this to all my clients: look, this is now going to be hard.
Harder than the
This
prep
is going to be harder than the prep, because you've not got that goal. that's been taken away. You've done that. That's boxed off. So you've got nothing to fucking work towards. But you have, because what you're working towards now is the next time you get back on stage, and this post-show phase is going to set you up for a successful off-season. You fuck this next 6 to 8 weeks up.
Game over.
You fucked your off-season up.
It is.
You fuck your off-season up. You fuck your prep up. It's all a snowball effect.
It's for everything though. Even with somebody who's not competing, it fucks a lot up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because
well, you can't push through because you're already fat. That's the thing.
No matter what you put in your mouth, the most important thing is, and this is why you shouldn't cheat on your diet, because no matter what you put in, ain't filling you, ain't satisfying you.
Your ghrelin is going to be so high, which is the hormone. So the way I explain it to my clients is, we are adapted to survive.
Yes.
Your body has been through a famine. So as far as your body knows, there's been nothing. And now it's come across a surplus of food. Your ghrelin raises because your body is telling you to eat absolutely everything you can. So you don't get satiated. Your leptin's low, your ghrelin's high. And it's
that leptin comes back up.
It's your body's way of putting body fat on you, because that's our survival fuel tank. That's our reserve fuel tank. So your body wants you to get fat at that point, and that's why it's making you eat as much. So people are saying, oh, my body needed this. Yeah, it needed it because it wants to be fat. Like, we don't want to be fat, we want to minimize that. So that fucking unsatiable appetite.
It is unsatiable.
Like, you could eat a pizza and you'd still be as hungry after as if you ate your chicken and rice.
But your belly's out in, you think.
I can get more in.
They need eating them Skittles.
Yeah.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Come here.
And I've got some rice cakes in cupboard and some fucking 3-year-old honey at back. I wonder if it'll fucking...
Oh, that'll taste really nice.
Spooning it on.
You are looking in cupboard to put stuff on what you wouldn't even... You're putting shit on.
Fucking cereal. Both together.
Big Dog, Cameron, what's your biggest weight gain?
£15 in a day.
£15 in a day? First show, which is a good effort.
Yeah,
and your body's like... Metabolic is rapid, isn't it? Like you have a cheat meal and you drop. So for you to put £15 on a day, you've fucking done well.
What about Big Dog?
£22 in 2 days. Yeah, first show. Not first show. It was the Nab of Britain.
Is that cereal?
Mate, yeah, cereal.
Cereal's fucking good though,
cereal,
isn't it?
Mate, I did about 3 boxes of cereal.
Do you know what, actually?
In one sitting.
Because it's show season and people are dieting, we had a lot of questions when we put a question box out about, I think there was like 5 or 6 questions about what's your go-to cheat meal. So that I'm sort of, because I was speaking yesterday about how fucking good cereal is.
I've
murdered a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I've not had cereal. Do you know what? I fucking saw something in cupboard yesterday. Phoebes went and did some shopping. Phoebes, and she put there were Cocoa Pops in cupboard. We've not had Cocoa Pops in cupboard for fucking hell, I don't know how long. But there were some Cocoa Pops in. But yeah, my mate, I'm so fucking basic bitch at minute, and it's the same order every single time. I was speaking to somebody about this yesterday, and he says, "What? Your cheat meal's chicken and rice, or your off-plan meal's chicken and rice?" I'm like, "Yeah." So there's a restaurant. It's Turkish and Nepalese, just literally 2 minutes round corner, and I have chicken tikka main, which is just chicken breast.
Yeah.
In tikka spices.
Yeah.
Coconut rice and a Peshwari naan. And that's same.
Yeah, that's my meal in off season. That's my off season.
Do you know what?
That's my off plan.
So I don't get fat.
I meet up with Delta One, and when I go in, if I have go to Indian, and I have
tandoori mixed grill or something.
I have tikka, and then I have masala sauce. But I only have a little, like...
Just to dip your number in.
Just a bit of something, yeah.
Put, break chicken up and get a garlic naan. That's it.
Yeah.
That's that. And that yogurt sauce, a little bit of that yogurt.
Yeah.
That's sound. If it's prep and I get a refeed, I like a chip butty, me.
Yeah, you are chip butty, aren't you?
Yeah. That's all I have.
Chippy chips and bread and butter.
Chippy chips. What bread are we talking? Is it a special bread or is it just anything?
It's going to be just like a Hovis thick white.
Like
farmhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thick.
Farmhouse, a little bit of layer pack on.
Yeah.
Only 2 slices, chips, cooked steak at home with some mushrooms.
Yeah.
Don't sit heavy on me. Everything else in prep. 7 week in, and if I have a burger...
Yeah, we've tried it, haven't we?
I'm on floor, and I mean I'm on floor.
Yeah, we said this before.
My nose is running. So I have that. And at end of prep, I have a crisp sandwich. Every time.
Pickled onions.
What flavour? Pickled onion.
I have a
cheese and onion. Cheese. I knew that was coming.
Cheese and onion and a smoky, 1 cheese and onion and 1 smoky bacon.
Butter in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, butter and
That's what I have after prep.
Fish sandwich.
That's what I'm bothered
We've
about.
been fucking dragged up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But they're good, aren't they?
So banana sandwiches.
That's what we were talking about. So my go-to, my packed lunch at school was banana sandwich.
Very good.
Cheese slice sandwich.
Which
Fucking,
fucking
yeah, that's I was.
You know what,
We all had some money.
I was. Hey, that was a treat. Free school dinners for me, but I have a packed lunch, cheese slice sandwich, free cheese
Free
slices,
school dinners,
a little bit of salt on there.
It was all right. My mate's mum, she worked dinner later. Let's go round twice.
Did she?
Yeah, she was a right woman.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have that luxury. I used to have to nick it and get caught.
Fucking chicken sandwich at Puffer. For me at the minute, my cheat meal is.
You're Turkish, aren't you?
In off season, I go Turkish chicken rice, a bit of chips, and an ham.
Pizza.
So it's changing at the minute. So 1 week I do
Pizza.
Because I've seen a nice pizza on your...
Yeah. Sourdough pizza.
So 1 week I literally just do minced beef made into burger patties with 2 burger buns and 400 grams of potato, and then some Halo Top ice cream, or like a little like slice of cake or something. And then the next week it's like sort of anything that Holly wants to do. So last week it was a pizza and a little bit of cheesecake and like a little pot. So every other week it's
something a little bit. Yeah.
So we'll have like something at home, because obviously we're very busy, so we can chill out on one Sunday and be like, we don't have to want to go out. But it's food Tynemouth Food Festival this weekend, so I'll just go and whatever's there. My cheat meals are always around 1,500 calories, something like that. But
yeah,
I'll just have whatever's there. It might be a fucking chicken kebab or something that's there. You know, it's never out.
It's never out.
Don't get me wrong, I could fucking eat the world, but it just ruins your progress. So it's like, I know in and around 1,500, 2,000 calories max, I'm sound. My meal at weekend was 1,500.
Do you know why we're talking about food and all? I just want to say this, yeah? No cunt cares about you eating your food, whether you're on prep or not. Stop putting them on Instagram.
I'm doing a full day of eating today.
It does my fucking head in. Listen, it does.
People like to see it though.
No.
The weirdos.
Yeah, this is what we're getting at. Yours, 7,000 calories. 6,000 calories.
Yeah, 2,500 calories.
A clean food. Some skinny wanker at 8 stone, right? Going, this is my morning routine.
The skier, you're getting the granola in, fucking.
This is my morning routine. I get up and have a coffee and I put all my stuff in and go and do cardio. Then I get back and eat this. Yeah, listen. Everybody gets up and eats. Whether they're fat or wank or fucking ripped. Everybody gets up and has breakfast. No cunt cares. Yeah. Chicken and rice. All right. Honestly, nobody cares. Not even your mum and dad's looking at it. I promise you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like fucking all week this week. Like
everybody's doing a full day of eating on prep and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like
it's just time of season, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's keen out there.
I don't mind when it's somebody.
When it's someone with a bit of substance.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Like 800 followers and
I don't mind, but when like it's 5 meals a day and you're as big as I am, I swear to God, it's proper wank.
It could be anything, yeah.
It's nobody cares. Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah.
I think Antiques Roadshow or Songs of Praise is more important to people. Do you know? It's proper shit. Like, stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, to be fair, One Punch Niall put a full day of eating on the other day.
It's mental how much he's eating still,
so, but for me, like, I'd know, like, if anyone puts full day of eating on, I don't care.
Yeah.
Food's food.
For someone like Naz who looks
fucking what's he eating? So I was, like you said, I was intrigued to see what he was eating. But yeah, he's...
mate, I seen Naz at...
I was going to ask you about that. You saw him in person. Just another level.
His progress is mad in
it. Just give up. Shall I just give up?
I didn't want to say that. But like, I didn't want to say that. No, but he's fucking phenomenal, man. Like, I think we jumped in on Peck Fly with him, and I just like looked at Blade and nodded, and he went, "You can tell why he's one of the best in the world, can't you?" How like, he just fucking looks different in person. Like, he looks fantastic in pictures. But do you know when someone's in 2D on pictures and then when you actually see him in person on 3D? And I've not seen Naz for a bit, but this is like before he's just started prep. So this is like peak. He's not even peak. He's probably just come off a health phase as well. So
he has.
He's just come off of low drugs. His food's probably been pulled back 500 calories because I had a chat with him before we started session for 10, 15 minutes. So he's probably at his flattest.
Yeah, he's not quite got into that prep sort of groove yet.
And he still looks fucking incredible. Incredible.
Do you think he has the potential to actually be classic Mr. Olympia one day?
Yeah.
I do,
He does. The only thing, and this is what I chatted to him about, because he's relatively fucking new to like drugs and everything.
Well, when he was an amateur and he turned up, he didn't have a fucking clue really that time he was on stage. I remember seeing it for the first time
his
ever.
Drug usage is minimal. And he's probably got. So we had a chat before. And I think he's probably got about, after this prep, he's probably got about 3 or 4 pounds left to it.
How old is that?
27, 28, I want to say.
Is he in? In the last 3 years, it looks like somebody else.
Is he? I
have no idea how old he is.
I can't remember. I'm sure we said that. I did, because I said to him, I said, fucking hell, you've got another 10 years, mate. Because I said, do you think you're going to have to go open? Because if he's only got 3 or 4 pounds left to his cap, and he's at this early stage of his
drug usage
and journey, I mean, that's a positive that he's not going to have to. He's going to he can keep things minimal, but he's only going to get more mature and denser. And it's like, do you want to clip his wings and keep him there, or could that, because he's 260 plus in an off season, like could that progress into a fucking fantastic open,
a little bit like Jack Eagle sort of thing, like been so young, so close. But I mean, Jack's maybe a little bit different because the density that he has to gain, maybe won't translate into actual heavy body weight. You know, sometimes you can get a lot denser without actually
putting on too much muscle. Weight, but which is the good thing for Naz. Like his muscle will just probably get denser and more mature, and he might not gain 10, 15 pounds, which is a good thing. But it'd be very interesting to see. He looks incredible. Like to see him in person. I watched him do a couple of rounds of posing.
I saw him in background, and I remembered thinking, "I do not. I'm going to ask you."
He looked immense.
You just don't realise what people look like. Like the photos.
It's never a true reflection.
Odd person looks better in a picture. Right.
Yeah. Not many. Like
not many, but real bodybuilders, high end.
Fucking, you've never seen anything like it. Like when I'm.
What's that talk? Cal's. Tyler, is it?
Tyler, in person.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Men's Physique guy, yeah.
Do you know, like in his pictures, think
it's because he's 6'2", 6'3", so you don't see the density,
the roundness from his physique.
Think I looks all right. You know, pictures. I mean, it looks great in pictures. Do you know, absolutely great. I'm not like great, good abs, everything. Like, but then he were in gym, and I thought, what the? His fucking shoulders.
Yeah,
It just doesn't.
People just don't. Just know the size. Like people keep saying to me, "Fuck, you're classic." I'm like, I'm small. Like when you stood backstage with them boys,
they're dense as
fucking massive. They're so big and they're so dense. Like you can't compare. They don't even look real, do they?
Naz was saying, he said they were like, backstage,
just big.
He said,
dense, fucking peeled.
He said honestly, he said like he was someone who he looked at last year and thought, fucking hell, like the progress that he'd made. He says was fucking mental.
Do you remember when we went to Olympia and first time we'd seen Chris Bumstead in person?
Yeah,
it blew. Like I'm very rarely impressed by anything. I'm a miserable cunt, but that blew me away.
When he walked out,
fucking just next level. Like he's just not human.
Yeah, he's not. He's just not. It just looks so different in person.
The pictures make him look like at 20%.
I think he's probably done.
I think he's gonna be a fucking natty vegan. He's already eating loads of fucking weird shit like his missus.
He's got
he's got fucking all these problems apparently, and he's not eating this.
I think he's done. Like, what does he need to prove?
No,
exactly. Just be a dad. Be there for you. Be there for your kids, and just
seen him talking, doing some other day.
I mean, I think he's going to be a bit. He's always going to like drop a few breadcrumbs just to. But I don't even think he needs to keep relevant. But
I think what you saw is they're going to do something up to Olympia. I think it's going to be
prize money.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be quite involved in the sport still, especially classic
100%.
physique, and try and make that a lot better. And I think that's maybe what they're alluding to potentially.
Yeah,
I think he's done.
Yeah, I don't think he's
there's just no gain. There's zero gain for him to it.
No, because if he comes back and he's not as good as what he were, then
he'll be forever now the best classic physique guy to ever have lived.
Yeah,
regardless of who comes along, regardless of how good they are, they'll just like Arnold. They'll never be as good as Chris Bumstead, even though they could potentially have beaten him in his heyday. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, what we all.
So we've got something like a little bit of a segue off food, which is top 3 training mistakes everyone still makes in 2025.
Saying they're fatigued. That's what.
Top 3 training mistakes: not training hard enough.
Not training hard enough.
Lifting too heavy. Not lifting heavy enough.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think mistakes are relevant to your age.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, like all these young ones coming through,
bothered about fatigue and leaving reps in reserve and don't fucking even.
And you've got no more. Just go to gym and fucking train. I'm not saying train like a knobhead, but you've got to go and learn mistakes. You send. Like I'm not saying get injured, but you can go to gym and go and have a feel. Just because they're watching all these idiots, and they're like, "This is what I've got." Like success leaves clues, as he says. Your mate, right? Just they go, oh, he's done this. Yeah, but it's one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dorian only did this. Fuck off.
Yeah. Somebody were on that's what I'm saying. Somebody spoke to me the other day, and they were like, yeah, Dorian Yates is a bit of a twat and all this. So I went, nah, he ain't. I went, but you're not. You're watching wrong people. Watch something what's relevant to you.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Can you actually? Because when you very first start training, can you actually train to failure? Probably not.
No.
I think that's a skill that you have to learn.
So
in being able to train to true mechanical failure. You can train hard,
and you can train until you can't lift anymore. But the actual training that muscle to failure.
No,
that's a skill that you learn,
and it's really hard to actually explain the feeling of training to failure.
So going at gym and leaving something in tank
is a load of bollocks.
It's a load of bollocks. Just go and do it.
And you're probably going to need to do a little bit more volume than what you think you need.
Hence why we always speak about it when we say when you've got a there, you put because you know that they're not training
like 3 sets of you probably won't put somebody on 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 12, but we're a new person in gym. You can put
more volume because they're just not. So exactly that.
Until they get into a position where you can see that
training hard, they're strong.
They're getting stronger here. They're training hard. They're training to failure.
And
that 4 sets
is maybe a little bit too much.
It's probably that probably needs to come down to 3 sets.
Yeah,
and then potentially it come down to 2 sets. And 5 years in, you might only need 1 set of hack squat or 1 set of leg press. But trust me, you don't need 1 set of hack set or 1 set of leg press to start off with.
Fucking hell, I do 3 sets of quads a week, 3 sets of hamstring. So I do 1 set of leg extension, 1 set of hack, 1 set of single leg press. When I first started training my legs and to get my legs to where they were, I was doing like fucking 20 sets on quad, on quads.
And drop sets.
Yeah, I was in here for 3.5 hours. Me, Cooper and Jamie just killing ourselves.
No, but you've got your legs, haven't you?
Yeah, so people don't need to look at how I train.
Because you're already there and they go, I was watching Nathan gym over there.
Who said that? Some kid.
I'm like, all right. Like, it's twice your body weight. Like, I'm not saying don't watch him for cues and tips. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But don't replicate it all.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
No, because how I can contract a muscle and stimulate a muscle in 1 set is going to be fucking way different to how you can in 3 sets.
More than anybody, because
I've been doing it for that long, and I know what it feels like. And
like we said on a few episodes, you can do it at home. Like when you look like you're going to fail, it's like, hold on, you're just starting. So much switches.
Yeah, I don't count reps really.
And it's bam. Whereas these people probably stop there. So they don't need to be doing 1 set because he's doing 1 set and his set's starting where you're finishing.
Yeah.
So the amount of form videos I go through and be like,
yeah, more there.
Was that a warm-up set? Why did you stop? Yeah. Like, we're going to do that again.
But it's probably not their fault. Look,
no, they just don't know any different. They just,
they ain't got that
because nobody's getting the routine where they're getting up, they're doing the cardio, they're eating all the meals, and going to the gym and being like, oh, I'm not going to do it. Just because they don't know, a lot of people. Yeah. It's like they're doing everything else. And that's where, again, good coaching comes into play, because you're seeing the form videos, you're making sure that the person in the gym is following the plan and training adequately towards the goals.
So make sure you do your form videos and send them in even when you said you can't be bothered.
Yeah, I feel daft.
Yeah.
For it.
I ain't got a tripod. We'll order it right now, and it'll be here tomorrow. We'll start tomorrow.
Go get guy in gym to fucking camera and film you.
Anybody will do it. You know,
all Team Tonk. You fucking know who you are.
Yeah. So I think your top 3 training mistakes is probably listening to fucking wrong people or trying to copy wrong people, not training hard enough.
Well, we are
not training hard enough, or enough volume. If you
not training hard enough or enough volume,
and probably lifting too heavy.
Yeah,
because tension is the king.
Overcomplicating it.
Overcomplicating shit.
Yeah, like overcomplicating it. Like fucking hell, some of these, and I think I know there's all these new stuff, but then basic movements still work. Oh, you can't do that because it's 2025. No, listen, I can assure you can. A shoulder, a dumbbell side lateral.
Do you think?
Still works. No, but what I mean is, it still works.
No,
like,
yeah.
What I'm saying is...
Yeah, but I'm not getting as much tension it lengthened.
I can't go on... don't worry about that. I can't go on that because I didn't do that. Like, you can.
Yeah.
If cables are took or... A dumbbell will work.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, as well, just on one thing, have you noticed it? You know, since you brought it up a couple of weeks ago about fucking people. I mean, every fucker's doing it, aren't they?
Everybody. Do you know, Luke,
the fucking wank with the wrists a minute.
Ultraflex yesterday.
Pec deck weight forearms.
Yeah, I have to look the other way. Because obviously, you see it, don't you? Obviously, it's been mentioned.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a car, you buy a car, and you see it all the time, you think, fuck me, I didn't see one of these.
Yeah.
Now you've bought it, there's loads. Do you know? And it's like, and I'm like thinking, right, just look away. I'm going to say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Use them.
Everybody's doing pec deck with no hands.
Well, it's just like when everyone was doing the single arm pull down on the bench slow. And
do you know what, if I start doing pec deck with no hands, because my potential new coach, who I've got a call with today, by the way, tells me to do pec deck with no hands, I'm going to, what shall I say to it?
Just say we can't. I can't do that. Just say watch episode 9.
Yeah, just send him a clip.
I'm not allowed to do that.
I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not living down.
I'll just not film it.
Yeah,
and not put it on.
Just keeps asking you for it. Yeah. Just like a quick gym slip.
Right. Just a quick one before we get on to some questions. The PED situation in the UK at the minute, with the shortage in Masteron and Primo. Not
been affected by it.
Not been affected by it?
Not at all. Loads of Primo.
Loads of
Masteron.
Do you know what?
I've just ordered 10 Primos today.
Yeah. I'm not being affected by it with the labs that I'm using, but a lot of people are coming to me and saying, I can't get this, I can't get that. So there is a shortage.
It's massive. DHTs.
It's because the
China
and the tariffs. So now the raws that would usually be distributed to some of the smaller,
like the black market stuff,
is now all been used to send to the big
companies.
Big pharma. So now big pharma won't.
There's no fence. There's no fence for it to come through. So they can only sell it to pharmaceutical companies.
So do you look, with everything? There's always a way around it.
Yeah, there's going to be a way around it.
There's going to be a way around it.
Obviously, what it's going to do is
prices are going to go up.
Yeah, because even if I were a lead businessman and I could make my own, I won't make it. I just keep sucking it up and saying still a shortage.
Yeah,
still a shortage. And then when it comes back out, different says
it's 20 quid more.
It's 20 quid more, and everybody goes, yeah, all right then. So that's what's going to happen. And then somebody else will bring it down, and it'll look like it's cheaper, but it's not, like they did with petrol.
It's still 15 quid more expensive.
You know what I mean? But put it up to £1.65, and everybody's like, oh, it's only £1.40 now. Yeah, but it used to be 80.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's still 60p more.
Yeah, it's still more. Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what they'll do. But I think it'll get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I think there's something coming, and we was talking about this a couple of months ago actually. I was watching Vigorous Steve on the podcast. He was saying this is going to happen. So your Primo Bowl and your Masteron or anything, bulk buy it.
Yeah, stock up on it.
This is obviously not me advising you to buy drugs, but buy them. Is what I'd say.
Because off me.
Just because. Just.
Well,
I've only got 3 clients.
Saying that, then, do you know if like let's say, just a hypothetical here, your client can't get hold of let's say your prep drugs, because realistically it's going to be testosterone as a base, it's going to be masteron and primo, or masteron or primo. What would your potential prep stack be then if you can't get hold of masteron and primo?
As a worst case, so obviously, let's say there's no trend involved as well.
So there'll be
trend involved towards back end.
And you're talking about coming down.
I'm talking about from day dot.
Yeah,
you've got no masteron, you've got no primo.
It's all DHTs.
I'd use EQ.
EQ and
I'd use EQ.
So no, is DHB hard work as well? Because I'd be tempted to be using test EQ, a little bit of EQ, a little bit of DHB.
I would, but what I'm saying is, obviously they don't sell. They'll be on a bike reserve, but they're going to run out, aren't they? What I'm saying is, let's say Master and Primo runs out now, then they're going to come down to these. That's only what's going to be left on what's already made. Do you know, like
what about Anavars and Oral?
They're all right. I was speaking to somebody the other day and he said, like, one at test, I don't know if it was SIP or E, that would be becoming harder to get hold of.
Yeah.
And all DHTs.
So for some reason, Masteron, Primo.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's going to
that'll run out as well, won't it? Because when nobody can get that, everybody will go on that, and it'll cause that to be sold out.
So it's going to be test, EQ, Anavar, bit of trend. And you're probably going to have to manage your estrogen with an AI. You're going to have to. You're going to have to go old school.
Yeah, but the EQ will manage your estrogen. Pretty aggressively at the beginning, but
like, you don't want to be fucking ramping your EQ up high, really.
Not too much, no. But yeah, I mean, worst case now, worst comes to worst. We've got some good contacts in China. I'll just fucking
fly over.
Well, I'll start making it myself.
Yeah, it is getting. It's
a little bit worrying.
I don't think it. I think it's not just there. I think it's
everywhere.
It's everywhere. I think it's Europe.
Yeah, well, let's say I've got a lot of American clients, and I'm pretty sure that the ones that were getting Masteron were just getting test, and instead of Masteron, so they were running 2 lots of test rather than test and mast.
And this is
that's the issue, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say is where people's going to end up.
Just fucking filling bottles up with whatever.
Yeah, even we know, ain't they? Do you know?
Because you would, like, the majority of people would never know.
Do you know?
Yeah. So.
Right, should we get into some questions?
Yeah.
Because how long will we be going?
Hour and 15.
Oh. Well, we're gonna do it a bit longer because we had a couple of people wanting a longer one. So
we did. It looks like I'm going to have to cancel my massage because I'm 10 minutes out and I'm not going to be there. So I'm just going to message Felly and say, have a breather, go and get some more steps done.
Right, you're into Big Dog Cast, aren't you? Are you on Instagram, Doctor, or not?
Am I on Instagram? No.
So someone said about, can you lads stop being busy, give us another few episodes, but we mentioned that at the beginning. When microdosing test, would you use test E or test SIP?
I just use whatever.
So Testananthe, I tell you, it was really good to watch on Instagram. He was very knowledgeable, and he debunks a lot of sort of shit that's out there, and he sort of gives a really good view on it. I'm just going to go to him now because I saved quite a few of his stuff.
Well, I mean, the short answer essentially is really it don't matter.
No, if you
testosterone is testosterone.
If you're microdosing it don't really matter. Where is he?
Because again, you can overcomplicate it, put information out there. Now this guy's like, oh well, should I do that? Just literally, if you're taking test, take test.
Todd Landy.
Oh yeah. Oh, Todd.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Dr. Todd.
He's
always on. He's good at him because he's
very good. He's old school.
He's rough as fuck, but he's actually a doctor. On blood work, he's very good because when he's talking about things like ALT, he's like, ALT is inflammation. Like your doctor will say it's your fucking liver.
But it's inflammation.
It's inflammation. You've trained. There is some liver enzymes elevation there, but it's very good.
He talks about like cystatin C and all your markers and stuff like that. Master V Primo were one what he's done. So it was actually talking about Sustanon and Test Sip and Test E the other day. And basically, if you're using Sus still, fucking stop using it. Like, why are you using Sustanon?
Yeah, because it's it's a
I've
blend. It's a blend, isn't it? Essentially, it's a blend.
I've still got a couple of clients using Sust. And they just prefer it, and it's better, and they get a better outcome.
Yeah,
and again, it's.
I suppose it's anecdotal as against
over. It's over.
But just watch his analysis.
Yeah,
on it.
well, I have done before because
it's like the release is like 4 different releases, isn't there? Is it like 4 days, 7, 11, and 20?
Yeah, there's test undeconate, test isocapri, a phenylpropionate, and something else.
And the days are like the release stages are like
it's
just
all over.
Well, it was produced for just like one
shot TRT,
one shot
20 to 30 days, weren't it?
Yeah, every sort of 14 to 21 days or whatever. So it was produced for that. But even now they've found that it doesn't make a massive difference. No. So with Test E, you're going to get a bigger spike than what you are with Test Sip. So people are saying, well, that means that Test's more anabolic than what Test Sip is, but he really.
But does it matter?
It doesn't. Well, if you're daily dosing it and you're microdosing it,
and this is the
most point. The most important thing is keeping your blood levels predictable and stable. Like
jab at the same time every day.
Yeah,
same
jab
amount,
at the same time every day, same amount every day. Break it down into
put it all in a bottle and divide it by 7.
That's it. It's just simple.
Very simple.
And that's the best way to do it. It keeps things predictable, stable, hormonal fluctuations in a good spot. Don't do fucking 2 mil in one go and then do it 2 mil. You just there's too many peaks and troughs.
Advice for someone 3 weeks out from the first photo shoot.
Are you lean enough? What advice do you want? Are you lean enough yet?
Are you lean enough? If not, you need to work harder.
If not, you are, dig in for the next 10 to 14 days.
If you are and you're there and you look the best you have, enjoy it.
Yeah,
try and be a little bit present and
just keep doing what you're doing.
Look forward to it. And relax.
Yeah. Like it's a photo shoot, so it's your big goal at the minute.
And it's for you and there's nobody else there, so just enjoy it.
Yeah, just enjoy it and make sure that you're present in the moment over this next 3 weeks.
If you weren't sponsored, how many sups would you genuinely take as a staple? For me, I'd still take the same because I literally just take like the athlete stack, which is essentially a multivitamin. I take vitamin D, I take magnesium, potassium, and ESN essential, which is fish oils. That's all I take. I don't take anything else.
So mine would be, if we're breaking it down into like specific.
So you don't have a budget and you're not buying curcumin.
No. So if I had like if I had, these are my essentials, it'd be
health stack.
Yeah, but obviously people might not know what's in a health, like the health stack. So it'd be Tudka, NAC, astragalus,
citrus bergamot,
vitamin D3, K2,
magnesium,
omega-3s, magnesium. Fucking hell! I mean, there's that many that I'd still take.
You could go
mental.
Well, red yeast extract, krill oil. You could go down.
I'd take them, and I'm not sponsored.
Yeah, so that
I'd still spend £500 a month on.
I do.
So is that what you take the lot, do you?
Yeah, I do. I take Elf Stack from JP's Elf Stack.
Amigas.
It was called Naftan.
Naftan, yeah. Remember that Naftan.
Only one I've took that one. What looks. Can't pronounce. Like it looks like pyrotechnics. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I still can't pronounce it.
Gives me stomach ache.
Pixie no-go or whatever.
It gives me stomach ache. If I take it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Do you have it at night before bed?
Yeah, before bed. And it just I don't know. It just don't lay right with me. But everyone else does. But obviously, just have like vitamin D3, curcumin.
Elf
magnesium, Elf Stack,
Amigas.
Yeah, and I can't have krill oil on me. I have to have
omega-3.
Yeah, krill oil with peats on me.
Does it?
Very bad.
Yeah, you keep burping it up and it's fucking horrible.
Oh, fucking hell. And I always, I don't walk first. I always get a go.
Yeah.
Like, right, empty stomach. No way. Meals.
Fine.
Yeah.
I always have to have it.
Yeah, and I just try and do it. But no matter what, if I have krill oil, fucking hell, it's horrendous. So I just have that normal Amigas.
So I would still spend a good amount.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't at all, and I haven't done, even when I'm sponsored. So I've just signed a new 12-month contract with ESN.
Well done.
Yesterday.
Congratulations.
They said you want to do 12, and I'm not going anywhere. I actually do love the brand and all the products. Yeah. They are genuinely the best that I've used. They taste fucking amazing.
Do you know that rice? Do you know that rice pudding?
Rice pudding and flavour powder and the protein. I literally can't get enough of it.
I've not tried the protein.
Edit this out.
I'm going to try some of your protein.
Just tell them. Yeah, just say the same thing.
See what it's like.
Yeah, mate, it's the hazel. All the isolates are nice, but yeah, I've just signed a new 12-month contract with them, so that was good. But I also they'd send me all the vitamins for free on top of my monthly supplement allowance. And to be fair, I'm not going to use. I won't use them.
I'll fucking start using them
because, well, the thing is, when I'm taking 25 different pills in the morning, it fucks my stomach up. My digestion gets fucked. My stomach, I don't handle them capsules very well, so I only take the necessary ones.
Do you know what? That's what I've had to do.
What?
I've had to like break them up for all day.
Yeah.
So you know, like you get up in the morning, you can have like 2 of these, 3 of them, and then you have AM and PM ones, and then you can have these. And I have to go, right, I'll have them, and then I'll have that. Because if I put them all in, obviously, like, I'm on collection at the moment, so I keep buying them, you know?
Yeah.
The more, then I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
Which one is it?
I say I'd still spend. Do you know what? My supplement intake, it's always a precaution rather than a fix in it than a cure. So I would take the basic essentials, but my supplement use would be then based on blood work.
Yeah.
So I'd take me 5 or 6 essentials, which would be like your omegas, your vitamin D3,
magnesium, and so on.
Your health organ support, liver, kidney, heart support, cholesterol support. But then I'd assess, because that is precautionary. Like, you're taking anabolics, you need to be looking after your liver, your kidney, your heart, your cholesterol. So I'd just take the basics of that, and then an immune function like vitamin C and potentially zinc and things. But then it'd be based on blood work. Like, what needs to improve, or what could be a little bit better, or what have I got a deficiency in, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that for me, my blood work was actually better when I weren't taking everything. So that's, for me, it was like when I was sponsored by Trained by JP, and obviously I was taking everything there. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but my blood work when I was taking everything and to take in just the basics. My blood work was better 6 weeks after prep to what it was. But then again, you don't know, do you? Blood work is a snapshot
of that day,
of that particular fucking time.
Will that go on?
Whatever. It's warm, isn't it?
Fucking warm, yeah.
So yeah, the base. That's what we'd take.
Right.
Oh fucking hell.
Any more?
Yeah, there's loads, mate. But like, see, I'll do one more, then you can have a look and see which one it is. Where is it? Is gear as good now as it was 20 years ago?
I don't fucking know, because I weren't using it 20 years ago.
I weren't.
No, but I do believe that them fucking parabola amps were probably something next level. If people are just taking one amp.
I mean, the thing is, 20 years ago, you were getting a lot of pharmaceutical stuff, weren't you?
Well, that's all there was. It were people that make it in a bathtub, was it?
No, and like, I can remember when it first came out. Like, if you were getting Deca, you were getting that Deca Joe in the
yellow top,
in the sleeve, yellow top, and you were getting Organon, so that Iranian testy and Parabolon amps, and so I probably weren't using gear how I should have been using it. I didn't know as much. I didn't know so I can't. You can't say
that's just not a.
You always get these people who'll be like, "Fucking hell, my first cycle I took ripped up 2000 and it's the best stuff ever." Like, and you're like, yeah, but that's because it was your first fucking cycle. Someone's put here,
ripped up 2000.
Why do you become more attractive to a certain type of female when you're on cycle?
What? Say that again.
Someone's put, why do you become more attractive to a certain type of female when you're on cycle.
You're not, pal.
You don't.
You've had
You've had delusion. The only person that become more attractive on cycle is men. Because you're fucking bigger. That's the only person you get attention from. No attention from females.
To a certain type of female.
He's been on Deluder, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's on Deluder. Yeah. She's fucking looking at me. No, she's disgusted.
It's because you look fucking ridiculous.
She was looking at you. Yeah, you've opened door for you, stupid twat.
Fucking hell, I'm Red Otter in here.
Yeah. He's walking around thinking he's beautiful.
It's like, what have you seen? Is it Spider-Man when he fucking gets, he turns into like Dark Spider-Man? That thing fucking attaches, he's walking down the street and he's like, oh, these birds are like looking at him. Oh, God, let's have a look.
Right, you have a look.
Let's have a look. Magic's wanting to cause some controversy. Who's the biggest muppet in bodybuilding? You love to give a slap. Don't be scared, boys. Doctor, over to you.
Jay Davis, aka Magic Eye Media.
Shout out Jay, by the way. Jay did Liam's posing routine and he's been drilling him with rounds, and Liam's confidence. He's really good, Magic. He can actually move. Like, I've always been quite impressed with his.
He's all right. I seen him in Derby last
he can pose.
Derby last week. Magic.
Yeah,
I was speaking to him.
He's quality, Jay. He's quality, and he's given Liam a lot more confidence and stage presence like this year from drilling him with his rounds and helping with his posing. So shout out, Jay. Right, who's biggest muppet in bodybuilding who you'd love to give a slap?
We're not allowed to say that.
Of course we fucking are. I know there's a lot for you.
Is there?
Pat Butcher would be one.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
Pat Butcher. Pat Butcher, fucking big butch lesbian.
Crazy eyes.
Crazy Eyes.
Yeah. Do you know?
It's Crazy Eyes and Pat Butcher. We can't reveal names, but if you know, you know.
Crazy Eyes.
Do you know, I ain't really bothered enough to be.
I'm not that bothered.
Like, if someone wants to be a dickhead and if someone's an asshole, fucking do.
Do you know what? I'm not. It's not. Do you know what? Do you know what?
There's nobody. I'm not like that.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is by me? It's not a dickhead. It can be a dickhead all you want.
Yeah.
It's when people don't give people the props. Right, like it's not hard to go. If you go in a separate way,
like rude almost.
You've had a coach, It's not hard to go. This coach was great, right? I've had a great 3 years with him, right? It's time to move on. It's life, it's life. But they don't. They'd be pricks, or they've been sponsored. Yeah, they've been sponsored, and then they get fucked off by a sponsor because the name's wank and they don't get no. So the sponsor goes, so see you later, soppy bollocks, right? Thanks for your 12 months, and then they go, well, I never used their product anyway. You what?
That
you what? It's Crazy Eyes. So I never used their product anyway. When he'd been with your company. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking lying bastard, because they're fantastic.
Fucking hell.
I'll tell you what, I remember actually, that's a gripe of mine, and it might be yours. So do you know when you've got, so you could have a client and you've been coaching them for, it might be 6 months, a year, and you've got your go cardless set up, and then they don't check in and they cancel the go cardless.
Yeah, that's a fucking
And they don't say, oh, yeah, mate, I'm leaving coaching, thank you for your time, or whatever. Or if anyone said, oh, mate, I'm going to leave coaching, I'm always like, mate, wish you the best of luck.
If you need anything.
If you need anything and you're doing it on your own, always drop me a message. If you need any advice or you ever get stuck, if you ever want to come back, doors always open, mate. But just that, like, just cancel go cardless and nothing.
No, but that's what I'm saying, and that's my big gripe in bodybuilding. There's no like
loyalty.
Yeah. Like, oh, when Nathan is like, Cal, we've had a great 3 years.
I can't thank Cal enough.
Post out and everything.
Yeah, I can't thank Cal enough. I've not only me and Cal mates, but
out of respect and the time he gave you.
But Cal has fucking elevated me not only as an athlete but as a coach. Like, I fucking learnt a lot from him as well.
No, but you respected each other. Come to gym and we were down at gym and like. But what I mean is the reason that is because both people are nice. Because you
can't get anybody nicer
than Cal.
No.
Unbelievable. Massive in industry. You wouldn't even know we were massive in industry. He speaks to everybody the same, right? You got but then you've got fucking little fucking wankers who aren't good, like fucking knobheads. And I'm like, it's just not hard just to be like, see you later, nice post. somebody's worked with for 3 years.
It didn't even have to be a post, just some acknowledgement between us. Like, oh, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go with this coach or whatever. Like the first coach I sort of left when I left Cuba, and I went to Patrick Tor initially. Like, I had, an in-depth conversation with him. I fucking posted it on social media and it was done. It was a mistake at the time because obviously Patrick was busy and he didn't fucking get back to me. But like, I would have never just been like, oh, I'm going to go and do my own thing, mate. And then 2 weeks later, you've got a new coach. Just like, I want to try something different. This coach, he's caught my eye. I like his style. I've worked with you for 2 years, 3 years, and I just want to see if, what it's like over there.
That's what he does.
Like,
yeah,
mate, fantastic. There's no fucking...
And going with all these
there's enough clients and enough fucking to go around. Like, fucking hell.
And going with all these new coaches, and you become better yourself, don't you?
Of course you do. You pick little things up, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you think, I don't like that, or that's not the right way of doing it, or you think, oh, that'll
so when I get 4 check-ins next week and people are like, I'm going to go and try someone else. I'm like, no, you're fucking not. It's shit.
Theo Wham, location of Nath's neck.
Fucking unknown.
Right, let's have a quick look. I don't really get that one. Alcohol and bodybuilding, assisted or natural, please, lads. Any info would be great.
Not allowed.
Moderation, like anything. If you like a drink, have a few beers on a weekend, maybe sat watching TV or a couple of bottles. Like, I've got clients that like a couple of bottles of lager on a weekend after work.
It doesn't matter.
Sound.
If you're competitive or you've got any idea, then you can't have it.
If you want to be a good bodybuilder, it's not really got any fucking place other than maybe on peak week night before a show, 50 mil.
None of us
body
drink.
in the body.
None of us drink, do we? Like,
no. I might have potentially 3 drinks a year.
Maybe a cocktail if you're fucking in Dubai, sat by pool or something.
With a beard.
Yeah,
I didn't have one drink in Dubai. With my HD beard.
Get me best side.
Waiter.
Get me best side, fever.
Yeah.
What's the most calories you ever consumed in one sitting? I bet you didn't track it, but I bet it were good. It must have been 6,000 that day at barbecue.
Easy. I must have had 6,000 in fucking flat.
That would have been easy. Yeah. You had a full tray, didn't you?
Easy, but I'm not.
I've done over 10,000 in one sitting.
We did that breakfast.
Breakfast. Well, I put it. Obviously, I didn't know exactly, but I put it in MyFitnessPal, and it was over 10,000. Yeah. And that's in an hour. That were in 45 minutes. So when I say one sitting, I'm not talking like sat there for 2-3 hours. Like, that's just one meal.
TV, oh, listen, if I've sat in one, that weren't a sitting. If I've sat in one sitting, it's not much because I ain't got it.
I don't know.
I ain't got it. Like, I went to cabin for some pancakes. I had about 3 pancakes.
You're done.
Fucking hell.
You've got an appetite of a child, though, haven't you?
Yeah. Like, I've got a bird's appetite. Do you know what I mean?
I could do if the food, if it weren't as dense in fat like that breakfast were. I could do 10,000 in a sitting.
Oh, but
when I say easy, it's fucking tough. But I could do 10,000 in a sitting.
But that's what when I was going back to people putting the food on when they're eating 3,000 calories, the boring bastards. When you're eating your food at 7,000, it's like got a big bowl of food and you just. Like, how the fuck
200 gram of rice, 300 gram of meat.
Yeah. Just gonna get this
with a fruit and whatever.
I'm gonna mix my fish with my banana and rice, bit of runner. Like, you dirty bastard.
That's when you know food's just not important.
Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go with a rice cake, make it taste better. So you've got a caramel rice cake, cod, banana, and rice and honey. You dirty twat.
Here's one for you, Doctor. Worst shoes seen in the gym. What are the worst shoes at gym?
Don't look at me, you fucker.
I'll tell you what worst shoes are. No fucking shoes. When people are walking around with bare fucking feet in the gym and putting it on equipment is disgusting. Fucking stop it. You haven't done that, have you?
No, you can take them off with your socks. Do you know what I mean? But
it depends though. Like
I might do
a seated calf raise where nobody's going to touch the foot pads with the feet, with the hands. I'll do it with my socks.
Yeah.
Like for fucking 2 sets, but I'm not going on.
I don't even like that because I like Joe. I've got Nesh feet, me. So doing calf raises.
You've got what feet?
Nesh.
What's that mean?
Like fucking fragile. Like,
I'm one of them who you got mesh feet like a fucking duck.
No, like Nesh. Like I couldn't do calf raises in just my socks. It fucking hurt my feet.
Yeah, well, I always think the same when I see people fucking leg pressing and hack squatting in bare feet. I'm like, that looks to me like it would fucking hurt.
I have to do pendulum the other day.
Bare feet. Not bare feet, socks on. So.
Yeah, my socks, because obviously my injury.
Yeah.
So I was just making sure.
How is it?
All right, brand new.
Sound.
Good.
Done.
I was just making sure that if you
could put some pressure through it.
I think my clogs have got to be up there with fucking worst, haven't they?
Listen, they're them fucking stupid Crocs with charms on. And listen.
No, they weren't Crocs. They weren't Crocs.
No, you. I'm on about these.
Giblets.
Like, so Isla's got some Crocs and she's allowed them. She's 9.
Yeah.
Do you know? She's 9. And she's got Stone Island badge on, and Man United badge, and Burberry. She's put her charms in.
You've put them on there.
Right. She's got it. Do you know when you're 30 and you're 17 stone or 18 stone or full of muscles?
What about 12 stone? What through?
You're allowed. You wank anyway. But stop going to gym with fucking Crocs and torches on them. You look fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, when you got hot shit on them.
Do you know
I have a pair of Crocs that I go walking in.
Do you know what I mean?
I do, and they're comfortable.
Yeah, at night when nobody can see you.
In prep,
at night when nobody can see you.
Yeah, but
you're not going to gym in public with Crocs.
I had a phase when I was in prep. I grew a couple of years ago. I grew a tash and started wearing Crocs, just like Nath Shaves did. We all have something.
You're all good on.
That was my thing. But,
sex offenders ready to look. Like, what you doing?
Yeah, it is.
He's got some fucking Haribo in his pocket. That cunt.
Why did you do that when you were in prep and you started doing?
Where's he going? He's going to Skull Gates after.
We're the original. Someone said here actually, which I just want to quickly.
There's loads, isn't there?
Yeah. Any updates on your guys' experience with the SLU injection and methylene blue? So I've been using the SLU now for 10 months, and I'm using 1,000 a day at the minute. I know it's supposed to be 600, but I went to 1,000 a couple of weeks ago. I don't think the fat loss purposes of SLU are great.
No, they're not.
I think it's actually better in off season for maybe body composition. It's like a little bit like L-carnitine in that sense. Cognitive function and energy, fantastic.
Yeah,
I noticed when I upped the dose that
improved.
I'm very sharp and I'm still very alert. But as anything in reducing fat, there's like the exercise mimetic.
Load of bollocks.
It's not there for me. It's not. So if you want to use it in terms of a little bit more, get a bit more energy out of it, alongside the methylene blue with that cognitive function that you're going to get, great.
In prep, it's going to be brilliant.
But don't use it as a sore fat burner.
Yeah.
From my
that's good.
From my anecdotal.
Yeah, I agree. It's fucking very. If you've got a lot of disposable cash and you want like potentially an extra percent what you want to try something, go for it. Is it going to make a massive difference? No. So stick to your basics.
Lot of things where we've spoke about, this could be a wonder drug, this could be and it's, again, anecdotal versus evidence-based. It's all fantastic on paper, in mice maybe, or rodents, but when it's translated into a human, if it's not there visually and we're not seeing it, it doesn't matter what it fucking says on paper. So that's where we have to try these things, and I'll be a guinea pig, and I'm saying it's good, but it's not good for some of the things that it was set out to be.
Kurt's going in. Have you seen Kurt Getting's getting in with gripes, calling people out? Let's have a quick look. We've got loads. Is having a big upper and no legs a gripe? Why do they will act like no one will notice?
A little bit.
If you don't train your legs and you just train your upper, but some people aren't ours. Like whatever your preference is, if you don't want to fucking train your legs, some people, and then some people don't respond like we spoke about before. Like it's not for a want of trying. It's sometimes like fucking hell. Trust me, I train my arms every session. My arms don't fucking grow like like my legs. So has somebody got a gripe against me? Well, fucking does he not train his arms? Like it's if you don't
preference,
it's preference, and if you don't train your legs because you don't like training your legs, then
so what? Like when I first started bodybuilding, I remember all I wanted was a good upper chest with abs and shoulders.
Yeah,
I asked about it. I didn't train my legs for the first 2 years I trained.
Yeah,
because I didn't care.
And when you did, they fucking blew up.
Yeah, but I didn't care what my legs looked like at the time. I weren't bothered.
Like, do you think
it's a bodybuilding thing?
It's just. Some people ain't got a back, have they? Some people ain't got arms. Some people ain't got legs. It's like some people ain't got a hole.
No, No, it's
not a want of trying, is it?
Yeah, it's not for a want of trying. I suppose if you're not actually training legs, but again, like, yeah, it don't really bother me. As if somebody's going to the gym and enjoying it, then or just let them crack on. So it's not really a gripe. I think it can look a little bit disproportionate when you see people haven't got. When we say not got legs, I'm talking about like it's completely different to the upper. Like it looks like they've not.
When you went to the gym when you were younger,
yeah,
like a stalk.
They were like that, weren't they?
Yeah, and
they were like that. Look down. Do you know what I mean?
So that's it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, but you do get them people, don't you? Where usually old school blokes where they're fucking like this. They've got the vest on, they've got the weightlifting belt on, and the training arms, and they've got these little legs. I'm thinking, you fucking stupid.
Yeah, they've never touched them, have they?
No,
they've never touched them.
That's when it's like that's bravado, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look how big I am, and you're like, all right, yeah, you're a pussy.
But when somebody's training them and they're just not responding, then
it's different.
That's different.
7 minutes, right? Quick gripes then, because we're running out of batteries again.
So Kurt's got a gripe.
He's got two there, hasn't he?
He's got two. He's getting a little bit deep here. These wankers getting their protein yogurts, eat some eggs or some real food, you divs.
I mean, out of a lot of the full day meetings I have actually seen, there's not really a lot of people eating a lot of whole food anymore, is there?
No, there's not.
But oats, banana, honey, yogurt and shit like that.
But yogurt, it has got a full amino acid profile.
Yeah.
So, like, yogurt, these protein yogurts and stuff like it's just probably how they make it a little bit differently. But yogurt is actually a good source of protein.
Yeah, as part of a balanced diet.
As a part of a balanced diet, it won't be. It's not
a meal in a day that you could eat fine.
Yeah, it's not my number one choice, and obviously people are selling these protein yogurts as a marketing ploy. But
yeah, of course they are.
But it's I've got nothing against Greek yogurt and natural yogurt, and
I ain't got it all with protein yogurts because I think if let's bodybuilding is this big, but let's say as an whole,
yeah. It's a good way of getting some protein.
Sandra needs to get fucking 100 grams of protein in. Yeah, she has 2 chocolate yogurts a day. She's fucking getting bumped up there, isn't she? Without having to eat cold chicken at work.
Yeah, or somebody's on a journey and they've ate shit for all this processed food, and that's going to help them start the journey and eat something a bit healthier. Then it's got its place, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's very.
I think Kurt's on trend.
Yeah,
because
on trend.
He said these skinny cunts call in XXL t-shirt pump covers and Wayne 10 stone piss wet through.
He's on one. Who's pissed Kurt off today?
But I used to do that, and that's just a body dysmorphia thing. Yeah, that's all it is. It makes you look a little bit bigger if the t-shirt's hanging off you potentially. You may be conscious about your body anyway. You don't really want to feel skinny.
Do you know
when you're
what?
in the
I'm
gym.
not being funny. When you're training, and if you're training hard, I don't want a fucking sprayed on top.
No, I don't. No. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I want something like
loose.
This. Yeah. And if somebody wants to walk around looking like they've still got cold tanger in it, who are we to stop them? Do you know what I mean?
If it makes you feel good, fucking wear it and own it. That's what I say.
Yeah. And on that, we are getting a little bit further on the Big Dogcast apparel.
Can you talk about that a bit more in depth, or is it still a little bit of a...
No, so I can talk about it in a little bit more. I've just got to get...
quickly, because we've got like 3 minutes.
Quickly, I've got to get some confirmation this weekend, because I'm actually going to Sweden tomorrow for the GASP, NPC GASP.
Well, there'll all be pre-orders.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to be doing a collab, hopefully, with GASP, and I'm going to be doing it for my coaching brand, but GASP and the Big Dogcast. So GASP will actually print the t-shirts for us once we've got the actual design sorted. So it'll be on a GASP t-shirt with the Big Dogcast logo, and
so it's a collab between us and GASP.
So it's going to be a
GASP t-shirt.
Yeah, it's going to be a GASP t-shirt. We just need to pick the design. So you're not going to be able to order whatever design you want. It's going to be, this is the t-shirt, this is the design, and we're going to have to do a pre-release. So we're going to just pre-release the specific t-shirts, and you're gonna have to get your orders in. You're gonna have to give us all the sizes that you want, and then you're potentially gonna have to wait 2 or 3 weeks until they're produced.
But these are limited edition.
They are going to be limited edition. We might do 50, or we might do 100, or whatever it is. And you're going to send us your order. You're going to send us your size. We're going to get a stock list, and we're going to send it to GASP, and they're going to print this specific design limited number, and once they're gone, they are gone. You won't be able to just order them when you want. So it's going to be that's what it is, because they will be expensive for us to order 100 t-shirts. So we're not going to do that. We're going to be so you're going to have to wait.
I think we should just have 50.
50 done initially.
I think we should have 50, no more.
And if they go
better, then, isn't it?
And if they go well,
we'll do another, different.
This would be the original.
Yeah, and then we'll do
the
a
original
different
big
one.
dogs. I was there at the beginning before they got fucking bodybuilder and bollocks big.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna start watching this out there and subscribe and get
them subscribed.
So I'm just going to get confirmation this weekend, and then I will order a sample, and we'll get it printed, and I'll bring it on and show you what it's going to be like.
Sound.
And then we can get the orders in. And you'll what should we take the orders on? Or on Instagram?
On the Big Dogcast.
Yeah.
If you don't order them through Big Dogcast.
If you don't order them through Big Dogcast Instagram, then
we'll put a signal out for you to start doing it first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Start bombarding with
don't start bombarding as we message you saying I'll order one, I'll have one, because we're not getting
ready yet.
Yeah, they're not ready. We've not got it confirmed, but we're in the process.
Technical director will delete your message
and delete it.
We've got no time for no gripes this week.
No gripes.
We've had a few gripes.
We've
anyway,
had a few
I've
gripes.
had some like gripes at middle, like people, and just
right. Peace out. Episode 9 done and dusted.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you for episode 10, and hopefully we've got 1,000 subscribers for episode 10.
Well, if we don't have followers, I'm not coming.
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
If we don't have 1,000 subscribers
It's
by
done
episode
with.
10,
Yeah,
I am fucking coming. That's how about that?
we're sacking it off, and you don't get to fucking find out Dr. Skincare routine.
Skincare routine.
No one gets a t-shirt.